Picture this. You're scrolling on your phone. You see a video of a woman crying in the driver's seat. She's sobbing. Why? Maybe her kid is sick. Maybe she's broke. Maybe her tire is flat and she doesn't know who to call. These videos aren't rare. They are everywhere. And they show us a harsh truth that nobody wants to talk about. Modern women are hitting a wall. They are finding out that real life doesn't care about your independence. Real life is brutal. Today, I'm going to explain why so many women fall apart when they have to handle adult life alone. The story is always the same. A woman leaves a safe, boring life. She thinks the grass is greener. She thinks life will be fun and free without a husband or a commitment. Maybe she leaves a good guy because the spark is gone. Maybe she has kids with a guy who won't stick around because she thinks she doesn't need a partner. She chooses the party. She chooses the thrill. But then, reality kicks in. And suddenly, she's on TikTok telling the world how hard her life is. I saw this happen to a friend of mine. She left her husband. He was a good man. He had a job. He loved his kids. But she felt trapped. She wanted to find herself. 6 months later, she is posting videos about being exhausted. Her car is broken. She can't fix it. Her child is sick at 2 a.m. She is all alone. The bills are high. No one is coming to save her. That freedom she wanted? It feels a lot like drowning. But here is the thing. The stuff that breaks them isn't even that hard. It just seems hard because they never had to do it before. It's grocery shopping with 3 loud kids. It's moving a couch to a new apartment. It's dealing with a rude landlord. It's being sick but still having to cook dinner because no one else is there. These aren't disasters. These are just Tuesday. But when you have no support, Tuesday becomes a nightmare. Nobody tells the truth about being independent. You want to be the boss? Fine. That means when you have a high fever, you still make lunch. When you had a bad day at work, nobody is there to help with bedtime. Independence isn't just freedom. It's carrying a heavy backpack that you can never take off. A guy I work with told me about his ex-wife. She left him to be free. She moved out with the kids. She thought she would have a great time. 3 months later, she calls him. She is crying. The basement flooded. She doesn't know how to turn off the water. The kids are scared. She is panicking. He had to drive over at midnight to fix it. While he worked, she stood there crying about how hard her life is. This is the same woman who said she didn't need him. A lot of single mothers struggle because they picked fun over tough choices. They picked the cool guy over the solid guy. They wanted the fun life they saw online, not real life. Now, they are alone. The guys they chose won't help. They won't even pick up the phone. But somehow, she blames everyone else. This brings us to the show. The culture of showing off your pain. It seems like every bad day has to be a performance. You can't pay rent? Make a crying video. Your kid is acting up? Film it. You feel overwhelmed? Post about how hard it is to be a woman. They have learned that crying in public gets them likes. It gets them pity. Sometimes, people even send money. But crying doesn't fix the problem. I saw a video yesterday. A mom was crying because daycare costs too much money. That is a real problem. I get it. But you know who else has that problem? Single dads. But single dads don't film themselves crying. They just handle it. They work night shifts. They ask family for help. They make a plan. No tears on camera. No begging for cash. Just work. These women don't realize how much structure men provide. It's not just money. It's rules. It's discipline. It's being the bad guy when the kids act up. Without that male energy, the house becomes a mess. The kids run wild because mom is too tired to say no. There are no bedtimes. There are no rules. A teacher friend told me she sees this in school. Kids from homes without dads are often tired and hungry. They aren't ready to learn. It's not because the mom is bad. It's because she is drowning. She can't do it all alone. The kids fall behind. But if you say this out loud, people get mad at you. Here's the crazy part. These women want the benefits of a traditional man. But they don't want to be a traditional woman. They want a man to protect them and fix things. But they don't want to listen to him or support him. They want a husband's rewards without doing a wife's work. Then, they are shocked when good men say no thanks. This problem gets worse because we tell women their feelings are the most important thing in the world. Every small annoyance becomes a crisis. Every hard day becomes trauma. They focus so much on how they feel that they forget to do what needs to be done. I saw a woman losing her mind at a tire shop. They told her it would take 2 hours to fix her flat. She was screaming. She was calling friends. She posted about it online. She wasted an hour creating drama over a simple wait. A man in that spot, he would grab a coffee and answer some emails. She wasted so much energy getting upset. She could have used that energy to solve 3 other problems. Bad habits make this worse. If you have no budget, money is always a problem. If you have no routine, every day is chaos. If you don't plan, everything is an emergency. They live in reaction mode. They are always putting out fires that they started. I know a woman who always says she is broke, but I see her nails. They cost $200. I see her ordering food delivery 5 times a week. She buys clothes she doesn't need. Then rent is due, and suddenly it's a crisis. She says she is a victim of the economy. She says being a single mom is impossible. No, you are just bad with money, and you expect someone else to fix it. Nobody wants to take the blame anymore. It's the ex's fault. It's the job's fault. It's the family's fault. It's the government's fault. Everyone is failing her, except the one person who could actually fix it, her. The sad part is the kids. The kids pay the price for these choices. They live with moms who are stressed and unstable. They see different men coming and going. They live in money trouble. They grow up thinking chaos is normal. Little boys grow up with no man to show them the way. Little girls learn that this stress is just what being a woman looks like. I see these kids. They are anxious. They are confused. They have to grow up too fast. I see 8-year-olds who act like their mom's therapist. I see 10-year-olds raising their baby brothers. They lose their childhood because mom can't handle adulthood. Families are breaking apart like never before. Women are walking away from marriages that work, not because he hits her, not because he is mean, but because she has feelings. She says, "I'm not happy." She says, "I deserve better." She trades a solid home for a fantasy. Then she finds out the fantasy doesn't pay the electric bill. The numbers are clear. Most divorces are started by women. If they went to college, the number is even higher. They aren't escaping bad lives. They are leaving good lives that just got boring. They trade a family for Instagram freedom. Then they wonder why their world falls apart. Meanwhile, men who face the same problems get zero pity. Think about a single dad working 2 jobs to pay rent. Nobody cares. Think about a guy who pays for everything but barely gets to see his kids. Silence. If a man is struggling alone, society says man up. The double standard is huge. A woman posts about being stressed. Thousands of comments. People offer help. People send money. A man posts the same thing. He is called weak. He is pathetic. We have built a world where female pain is treated like gold, and male pain is treated like trash. These modern women want the perks of having a man without any of the work. They want him to fix the car, kill the spider, lift the heavy boxes, and pay the bill. But don't expect him to want dinner or loyalty or respect. They want a servant, not a partner. Then they wonder why good men aren't interested. I know a woman who calls her ex-husband for help all the time. Fix the sink, mow the lawn, pick up the kids. But when he asked if they could try again, she said, "I need my independence." She wants him to do husband chores while she dates other guys. The entitlement is off the charts. Society rewards feelings over duty. The woman crying online gets attention. The woman quietly doing her job gets nothing. So, people learn to cry online. It becomes a strategy. There is also a skills gap. Boys are raised knowing they have to fix things. They learn to build. They learn to endure. Girls are often told they are perfect just the way they are. They aren't taught how to solve hard problems. They aren't taught how to control their emotions. Then real life hits them and they aren't ready. Take car trouble. If a man's car breaks, he knows the drill. Check the battery. Call a tow truck. Figure out a ride. If a woman's car breaks, it's often total panic. Crying, calling everyone, posting about it. But no actual problem solving. No one taught her how. This fragility makes it hard for them to take advice. If you tell a modern woman she needs to do better, she falls apart. She calls it mean or toxic. They can't tell the difference between help and an attack. So they never get better. They never grow tough. I had an employee once. Every time I gave her feedback, she cried. It wasn't mean feedback. It was just, this report needs more work. She would run to the bathroom in tears. Eventually, I stopped giving her feedback. She never improved. We had to let her go. And guess what? She blamed everyone but herself. They have wrong ideas about life. They think being an adult should be fun and easy all the time. But adult life is hard work. It is routine. It is sacrifice. When they realize this, they can't cope. They want the Instagram version of life, not the real thing. Social media makes this way worse. They look at other women's highlight reels. They think, why isn't my life that easy? Why don't I look that happy? They don't realize everyone is struggling. Some people just don't post about it. The pattern is clear. First, the freedom phase. I don't need anyone. Then, the reality phase. This is hard. Then, the panic phase. I can't do this. Then, the victim phase. Why won't anyone help me? Finally, the blame phase. This is everyone's fault. It's not that they can't do it. It's that they weren't ready. They didn't expect it to be hard. They didn't build the muscle for it. What is really sad is that some of these women had it good. They threw away decent men who loved them. They had safe homes, but they wanted more. They bought the lie that they deserve it all. They ended up with nothing but stress. I know a woman who had everything. Big house, great husband, healthy kids. She didn't even have to work. She left because she wasn't fulfilled. Now, she lives in a tiny apartment. She works at a store. Her kids are struggling. She posts all day about how hard single motherhood is. She had the dream and threw it in the trash for a feeling. When dad isn't there, the home changes. Mom becomes a friend instead of a parent. Rules become suggestions. Fathers bring a natural authority. Not by being mean, but by being present. When that is gone, the home turns into chaos. I have seen strong, capable women lose control. When they were married, the house was perfect. Alone, they can't keep it together. It's like taking a wall out of a house and wondering why the roof is falling down. Expecting a man to commit without giving anything back is crazy. They want men to be providers and protectors. But they don't want to give respect or thanks. They want the use of a man, but they don't value the man. Men are waking up to this bad deal. And the children? They learn the wrong lessons. Boys learn that men are just tools to be used. Girls learn that crying gets you what you want, and that nothing is your fault. We are raising a generation that is broken. So, men are walking away. Why commit to someone who gives nothing back? Why build a life with someone who quits when it gets hard? Why date someone who can't handle basic life? Men are checking out. And honestly, who can blame them? This hurts the good women, too. There are capable women out there, but they get lumped in with the ones who can't cope. Men are suspicious. They are waiting for the drama. They are waiting for the breakdown. The good women are paying for the bad behavior of the others. I know smart, strong women who can't find a date. Men are gun shy. They are tired of the noise. Here is the cold, hard truth. The real world does not stop for your breakdown. The bills still come. The kids still need food. The boss expects you to work. The car needs gas. Reality is relentless. It doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care about your story. We need to start being honest. Life is hard. Independence costs money and energy. Choices have results. Feelings are not an excuse. Structure matters. We need to teach girls practical skills. They need to learn to solve problems. They need to learn that life won't bow down to their moods. They need to be tough. Otherwise, we are setting them up to fail. For the men watching this, spot the patterns early. If she falls apart over small things, she won't handle big things. If she blames everyone else, she will blame you too. If she wants help but gives nothing back, she is not a partner. She is using you. Modern life requires you to be capable. If you are capable, you win. If you aren't, you collapse. No amount of crying online changes that rule. The women who figure this out change their lives. They stop waiting to be rescued. They start solving problems. They stop posting about their pain and start building their strength. Suddenly, their lives get better. Not because life got easier, but because they got stronger. But most won't do this. They love the victim story too much. They like the sympathy. They are scared of the work. So, they will keep crying. They will keep blaming. And they will keep wondering why life is so hard. Think about our grandmothers. They raised 6 kids. They didn't have dishwashers. They didn't have iPads. They dealt with real hardship. And they didn't complain. Modern women can't handle 1 kid and a job, even with all our cool tech. The difference isn't that women today are weaker physically. It's that they have been trained wrong. Social media rewards the wrong things. If you post about success, people ignore you. If you post about failure, people hug you. So people post about failure. And the "I'm so tired" excuse? Give me a break. You have washing machines. You have microwaves. You can order groceries from your phone. You aren't physically tired. You are emotionally out of shape. The things that break them are basic. Packing lunch, driving to school, working, making dinner. This is just standard adult life. Billions of people do it every day without a meltdown. But for some modern women, this is like climbing a mountain. Men, you need to protect yourselves. A woman who cries about how hard life is won't magically become strong just because you date her. You can't save someone who refuses to grow up. And to the competent women out there, you need to separate yourselves from this mess. Stop making excuses for the ones who won't try. Stop validating the drama. Call out the difference between real problems and fake drama. Your silence makes it worse. Children deserve better. They deserve stability. They deserve a mom who can handle life. They don't need TikTok breakdowns. They don't need to see their mom fall apart over a flat tire. The harsh truth is that modern women struggle because they weren't prepared. They don't expect it to be hard, and they won't accept it. They are waiting for life to get easier. But life doesn't get easier. You just have to get better. A peaceful life is available to anyone who wants it. But peace doesn't get you likes on Instagram. So they choose chaos. We have to admit the truth. Tradition had value. Discipline matters. Feelings don't fix flat tires. Independence has a price. Until modern women accept this, they will keep collapsing. They will keep drowning in 6 inches of water because they refuse to stand up. The men who understand this are making better choices. They are looking for partners who can handle reality. They are avoiding the ones who broadcast their mess. The future belongs to the people who can handle real life. The people who solve problems instead of filming them. The people who take the blame instead of pointing fingers. The question isn't why can't they handle it? The question is, why are we surprised? Every crying video is proof of the same thing. A generation that wasn't ready for the real world. They are soft. Not in their muscles, but in their minds. They were protected from consequences. Now, reality is here, and they are shattering like glass. But admitting that takes guts. It takes ownership. So they will keep crying. I want to hear from you. Have you seen this happen? Have you watched someone throw away a good life only to drown in responsibility? Tell me your story in the comments. Let's document the reality that everyone sees, but nobody is supposed to talk about.